Is all the whole Remy and Pap situation, none of it was true?
I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I have been open in all my relationships that I've had. All of them.
Well,
I probably have 4 boyfriends online so far.
Is Remy Ma really out here keeping Papo on lockdown? Because why is this man out here practically begging for a divorce and she still won't sign those papers?
It's just, I don't know.
It's gotten so bad that Clarissa Shields is ready to step in the ring, literally just to knock some sense into her. And y'all, this ain't just about love anymore.
Were you surprised when Papoose wanted to marry you? After you guys sent his because you just knew he was, you just knew he was on it.
Nah.
And I thought that was like a real stand-up thing to do.
He's one of a kind. I could definitely say that.
Word on the streets is that Pap might be eyeing that alimony bag. But let's not forget, this man held Remy down while she was locked up, kept her name alive, and stayed loyal. Now that she's out here stacking her bread and cozying up to the black captain, who, by the way, already moved on with 2 younger women, Remy still refuses to let Pap walk away. And trust, Clarissa Shields is not here for the games. Now let's get into it. Clarissa's been out here making her stance clear, showing Pap all kinds of love in the most public ways. Just recently, she hit up IG with a birthday post that had everybody talking.
I don't know. They both nice. They both nice. It would have to be new lyrics now. Right? Because Joe can't keep doing Pump It Up.
She wrote, "Aw man, happy birthday, King Pap. So grateful for your life, your laugh, your music, your guidance, your love. You are truly one of one. I pray God blesses you with many more years and even quicker hands. 'Cause today, you getting all your B-Day punches. Love you. Happy birthday." That was cute. But let's be real. Those birthday punches probably sting coming from her.
Touchdown stage, you ready? There you go.
But even with all that love, Pap still hasn't put a ring on it. And why? Because Remy Ma is out here playing keep away with those divorce papers. And don't get it twisted, it's not because Pap hasn't tried. He's been letting folks know that he's been asking for this divorce, not just once or twice, countless times.
It was dope. Besides the great performances, it was one small, tiny, itsy-bitsy incident with Ra and one of Yandy's friends, but it was nothing.
Trying to sweep someone under the rug?
It was like one little fight. Nowhere near me, like a football field away.
But every time, Remy just stirs up more drama. And this ain't just speculation, the receipts are out there. Y'all remember when Remy exposed those text messages between Pap and Clarissa? Oh, the tea was scorching. Clarissa was heated because Pap didn't let her know he made it home safe, and she kept it real. You are the one who is married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know that you made it home safe. Woo! She said what she said. That's love right there. But Remy? Oh, she wasn't done. She took it a step further, accusing Pap of threatening to call the police on her, and even claiming to have audio of him getting physical. This is getting messy.
I'm a Pisces. I love really, really, really hard. But I'm happy to, love somebody who want to, love somebody back. You know what I'm saying? He is just such a sweetheart. Ain't nobody tell him to tie my goddamn boot either, but he said it wasn't laced right, so he laced it right. It was so funny.
And Remy's not letting up. Now, Pap shut all that down real quick. He denied every accusation but what he did say. Remy's just mad because he moved on. And let's be real, she did him dirty first. Let's not forget, Christmas 2023, Remy was all cozied up with Easy the Block Captain. And y'all remember that rap battle where she straight up confessed she was in love with him? So how you out here claiming a whole new man but still refusing to let Pap walk away? Make it make sense. But if you thought that was messy, just wait, because there's more. Clarissa and Pap have been serving major couple goals lately. They even gave folks a front row seat to their romance when they jetted off for a luxury Valentine's Day vacation in Hawaii. Oh, they were living their best lives, soaking up the sun, catching ocean views, and just vibing. And Pap, he wasn't just chilling, he was out there kicking off the inaugural Hawaii Fest. And y'all know Pap stays about his business. Even on vacation, he took time to flex on Threads, letting folks know how it went down. He posted, "The show was phenomenal. So many stars pulled up. We broke records this year. We made history.
The two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us."
Okay, Mr. Pap, while he was out here securing the bag, Clarissa was securing hearts. She even posted a sweet clip of her serenading her man on the beach. That's that real love. But hold up, they weren't the only ones catching a vibe. This is where it gets real serious. Word in the streets is that Pap had this whole romantic getaway planned for months. And here's the kicker. The original plan was to make it official. Allegedly, Pap wanted to finalize his divorce from Remy before the trip, so he could have his big moment and propose to Clarissa on Valentine's Day. Whew, can you imagine? But with Remy still dragging her feet, the whole plan got derailed. Just picture it. Hawaii, the ocean breeze, the romance in the air, it would have been the perfect proposal. But guess who had to swoop in and ruin it? None other than Remy Ma. And why? Because things with her new boo, Easy the block captain, weren't going as planned. So instead of letting Pap move on in peace, she's out here playing games and keeping him on lock. And let's be real, Remy sees the kind of love and support Pap and Clarissa are getting. The same kind she used to get back in the day. And you know that has her feeling some type of way. I mean, remember when Pap performed at Clarissa's boxing match while she was walking to the ring? That's a whole different level of love and support. And now, seeing him show up and show out for another woman like that, whoo, that has to sting. But here's the real question. Is this just about jealousy? Or is there something deeper going on? Because the way Remy is clutching onto this marriage for dear life, it's giving, what are you really afraid of? Well, the streets are talking, and now reports are claiming that the real reason Remy won't sign those divorce papers is because she knows Pap is coming for that alimony check. And let's be honest, she does not want to cough up those coins. See, when one partner makes way more money, the financially weaker partner is usually entitled to spousal support, aka alimony, after a split. And let's not act like Pap wasn't the one holding it down all those years. The courts look at a few key things when deciding on alimony. How long they were married, the huge income gap, and who contributed what during the marriage. And in this case, Pap has a real case. So now the question is Remy holding on for love or just trying to keep her money in her pocket? Now, when you look at Remy and Pap's history, this wasn't just some quick fling. They were together for 11 years. That's over a decade. They started their relationship back in 2004, tied the knot in 2008, and officially ended things in 2023. But here's where it gets even crazier. They didn't just get married like a regular couple. They got married over the phone while Remy was locked up. If that ain't dedication, what is? And let's not forget, Pap held it down for her through everything. When Remy was sentenced in 2008, Pap was right there. She got out in 2014. He was still there. They even celebrated their love with a whole televised wedding ceremony in 2015. And by 2018, they welcomed their daughter, Reminisce Mackenzie. Pap rode for Remy through some of the toughest years of her life. And now that they're talking divorce, if we're talking about who deserves support, Pap has a real case. Now let's get into the money, because this is where things get real messy. Remy Ma's net worth is estimated to be around $4 million, which is way more than what Pap is worth. So when she looks at those divorce papers, she knows what's coming. Pap is likely getting alimony. A big chunk of Remy's net worth comes from her record sales, reality TV appearances, and clothing line. And of course, we can't forget her 2006 debut album, There's Something About Remy, based on a true story. The album was a critical success, and while she didn't blow up like some of her peers, she still stayed relevant. She's been nominated 4 times for Best Female Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards and even won once. But let's be real, even when Remy was locked up, she never really left the music scene. She was still dropping mixtapes from behind bars, and guess who was out here promoting, pushing, and monetizing them? Pap! He kept her name alive when she couldn't do it herself. He made sure people didn't forget about her, kept her music moving, and made sure those checks kept rolling in. That's real love and real work. And best believe, that work put some serious money in Remy's pockets. So when she finally got out in 2014, she and Pap took their love story to the small screen with VH1's Love and Hip Hop, New York. And it didn't stop there. They landed several spin-offs. And who was right there making sure those TV deals kept rolling? Pap! He wasn't just some background character, he was a major part of the storyline. Their love, their struggles, their family, that's what had people tuning in. So let's not act like Pap wasn't just as much the star of that show as Remy was. And when Remy launched the Remy Ma collection in 2018, that was another bag secured. But guess who helped make it happen? Pap! A portion of the proceeds went to support women and families affected by incarceration, which was a solid move. But let's not pretend Pap wasn't out here pushing that brand too. He was rocking the menswear at events, making sure it got seen, and bringing major attention to the collection. He was doing the kind of promo that brands pay top influencers for. So when we talk about Remy's money, we can't ignore just how much Pap was working behind the scenes to help build her brand too. And this is where things get even deeper. While Remy was in prison, her then teenage son, Jason Scott, wasn't just left to figure things out alone. Pap stepped up. He took on the role of a father figure when Remy couldn't be there. That's a huge responsibility, and Pap didn't hesitate. But here's where things take a tragic turn. After Remy got out, her son Jason ended up getting arrested and charged in connection with the 2021 fatal incident in Queens, New York. He's now facing first-degree murder and other serious charges. It's a heartbreaking situation, but it just highlights how much stability Pap was providing when Remy wasn't around. He wasn't just holding down the house, he was taking care of her kid and keeping everything together. And that is something you can't put a price on. Now, when we talk about this divorce and why Remy is dragging her feet, it's looking more and more like she knows Pap has a strong case for alimony. But what about Clarissa? Because you already know, she is furious over all of this. Remy's out here stalling and messing up her whole wedding timeline. And let's be clear, Clarissa is not the type to sit quietly when things ain't going right. And this isn't just some casual fling. Clarissa is all in. She's out here calling Pap her king, her love, her everything. She's not playing games. But now, they're stuck. Clarissa can't even take that next step with Pap because he's still legally tied to another woman. And at this point, how much longer is she gonna wait? Imagine being ready to start your new life with someone, only to have a huge roadblock standing in the way. And that roadblock just won't budge. And to make it even worse, that roadblock, aka Remy Ma, is still lurking in the background, stirring up drama every chance she gets. But let's keep it real for a second. Any woman in Clarissa's shoes would be raging. She's out here loving this man, supporting him, and yet she keeps getting dragged into his mess with his ex. It's frustrating. It's messy. It's exhausting. And at this point, you gotta wonder, how much longer is Clarissa's patience gonna last before she demands some real answers and real action? But let's talk about the real question here. Is Remy still holding on because she actually loves Pap? Or is this just about that alimony check she knows is coming her way? And what about Clarissa? Is she really gonna ride this out through all this drama? Or is she eventually gonna throw in the towel and walk away? And most importantly, how long is Pap supposed to wait before Remy finally lets him go? I need to hear what y'all think about this. So hit those comments and let me know. And while you're at it, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on so you never miss this tea. Oh, and don't even think about leaving yet. Check out the next video on your screen, because trust me, it's even messier than this. You do not want to miss it. And walk away. And most importantly, how long is Pap supposed to wait before Remy finally lets him go? I need to hear what y'all think about this. So hit those comments and let me know. And while you're at it, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on so you never miss this tea. Oh, and don't even think about leaving yet. Check out the next video on your screen, because trust me, it's even messier than this. You do not want to miss it.